you've got Mr. Everything English, and I want to talk about everything you need to know for English Language Paper 2 for the AQA exam board. So, how long is the exam? The exam itself is 1 hour 45 minutes long. Now, what do you do in the exam? You spend the first 15 minutes reading the sources, highlighting, making notes, doing whatever you got to do, but you read the sources. After you've read the sources, you then go to question 5 and you answer question 5 first. Question 5 will either be something like write a speech or an article or a letter about a particular topic, expressing your views. Now, the reason you read the source first before you answer question 5 is because the source will give you ideas that you may be able to use for question 5. So you spend 15 minutes reading and then you spend 45 minutes writing your answer. So whether it's a speech or a letter and so on. Now, what do you do for question 5? The same mark scheme as question 5 paper 1 applies to question 5 paper 2. So for this question, you want to make sure that every single paragraph has at least 2 language devices, 2 ambitious words, 1 piece of punctuation, a long and a short sentence, and somewhere in your essay, you want to make sure that you have a paragraph of 1, maybe 2 words. Now, you need to make sure 100%, you have to make sure that your writing is compelling. Compelling meaning interesting. So your writing must be of interest. Now, if you are struggling, if you're sitting in your exam and you're struggling thinking, what do I put in for each paragraph? What do I talk about? Guys, the exam board gives you the answer in the statement. The statement can be broken down into small chunks that can then be turned into paragraphs. So for example, a recent question 5 that I was doing in my class said how driving is dangerous, causes pollution, is safer to walk, and so on. So if I was a student struggling to produce paragraphs, paragraph 1 could be about how driving cars is dangerous, paragraph 2 could be about how it's safer to walk, paragraph 3 could be about the idea of pollution. The answers are in the statement, pull them out. So you read for 15 minutes, you answer question 5 for 45 minutes, that's 1 hour of your exam done. Now you've got 45 minutes to answer question 1, 2, 3, and 4. You spend 5 minutes on question 1. You spend 10 minutes on question 2. You spend 15 minutes on question 3. And you spend 20 minutes on question 4. So guys, look. Question 1 is a 4-mark question where you simply colour in the 4 boxes that are true. They will give you 8 statements with 8 boxes, and they'll ask you to read the source, and you simply shade in the 4 boxes that are true based upon the lines you've read. Don't shade in more than 4. Don't shade in less than 3. If that means you guess the 4th one, then guess it. At least you've got a chance to get 4 out of 4. That's question 1. Question 2, guys, will always be a summary of differences or similarities between the sources. For this question, you simply want 2 paragraphs, 1 about source A, 1 about source B. You're not inferring. You're simply summarizing whatever they've asked you to summarize. This could be the weather, this could be the schooling, whatever they've asked you. You simply summarize how it's shown in source A, and then if it's similar, how it's similar in source B, or if it's different, how it's different in source B. 2 paragraphs, 10 minutes, 8 marks. Question 3, guys, is the language question. This is the same as question 2 in paper 1, but the difference is this time is worth 12 marks, whereas in paper 1 it's worth 8 marks. So for this one, because it's 12 marks, you either do 1 extra paragraph or you do 3 paragraphs again, but this time you write in a bit more detail. But it's the same formula. Point, evidence, infer. Write a lot about a little bit. So you make your point, you explain the effect, you give your evidence, and then you explain the effect of the language, but you must link it back to the question at hand. What do you do if you can't find language devices? Then talk about nouns, adjectives. If you can't find them, just talk about the words. And guys, that's question 3. Question 4 will ask you to compare the writer's methods. Method could be language features and structural features, and you must compare. So my advice, guys, is try to compare in the same paragraph, because that will make sure you're comparing. And you're comparing the effects and so on. So if it says compare how the writers show the different viewpoints on education. 4 paragraphs, 4 points comparing their views on education. And that is question 4. And that is your entire English language paper 2 exam. This video and my video on paper 1 are ideal in understanding what needs to be done on the day of your exam. Watch it, and after you've seen the videos, try to put it into practice. Try to do different paper 1s and different paper 2s and see how you get on. Guys, any questions, drop them down below. It's been Mr. Everything English. Anything I can do to help you, message me on Instagram. Like, subscribe, and as always, thank you for your support.